Welcome to On Your Terms Live. I'm Ann Franzese Bourne. I'm an executive coach and performance strategist, and I work with business owners and leaders who have built something real and are figuring out what the next stage actually asks of them. Most business content tells you what to do. This show goes somewhere else, into how you think, what you believe about yourself, and the invisible rules you're operating by without realizing it. Because a business grows to the edge of its leaders' thinking. Today, I want to talk about the part of leadership that nobody puts on a job description. It's the part that follows you home and never quite clocks out. Let me tell you about a client. I'll call him Daniel. Daniel built a logistics company from a single truck into a 60-person operation. He's capable, driven, respected. The kind of leader who can walk into any problem at work and start solving it before anyone else has even finished describing it. And he came to me because of something his wife said, something that stopped him cold. She said, "You're here, but you're never here." Now, on paper, Daniel was doing everything right. He made it home for dinner most nights. He coached his daughter's soccer team. He took the family on vacation twice a year. He was present for all the moments that are supposed to matter, except he wasn't. Not really. His body showed up. His mind stayed at work, running scenarios, rehearsing conversations, solving problems that did not need solving at 8 o'clock on a Tuesday night. He wasn't working late. He was doing something worse than working late. He was home and at work at the same time, giving his family the shell of his presence while his attention lived somewhere else entirely. Here's something I've noticed about high-performing leaders. The very thing that makes them good at leadership is often the thing that makes them bad at leaving it. The mind that keeps turning a problem over until it's solved doesn't have an off switch that activates at the office door. It just keeps turning. Daniel's brain had been trained over 15 years to treat every problem as his to solve and every outcome as his to carry. And that training didn't know how to tell the difference between a genuine crisis and a passing thought. So it treated everything as worth chewing on, all the time, including the hours that were supposed to belong to his family. And I want to be really clear about this, because it matters. This is not a discipline problem. You cannot willpower your way out of it. Telling a leader like Daniel to just be present at home is like telling someone to stop hearing a sound they can't tune out. The intention is there, the mechanism isn't. What Daniel was missing wasn't discipline. It was a way to actually close the loop on his workday, so his mind would let him leave it. Because here's what we found when we dug into it. Daniel never actually finished his workday. He just stopped doing it and started doing home. There was no transition, no moment where he closed the open loops, decided what could wait until tomorrow, and gave his mind permission to set it down. The workday didn't end. It just got interrupted by dinner, and then bedtime, and then it picked right back up in his head at 11 when the house went quiet. His mind kept everything open because nothing had been consciously closed. And the cost of that was enormous, not just to his family, though that was the part he felt most sharply. It was costing him too. He never got the kind of recovery that actually restores a person, because he was never fully off. He was running a marathon with no finish line every single day, and then wondering why he felt so depleted. The work we did together wasn't about working less. Daniel didn't need to work less. He needed to end his workday on purpose, instead of just abandoning it when he ran out of hours. So he started building a 5-minute close to his workday. Before he left the office or shut the laptop, he'd answer 3 questions. The first, what actually got resolved today that I can let go of? The second, what's still open and when will I deal with it? And the third, what am I carrying that isn't mine to carry right now? That last question did more than the other 2 combined, because so much of what Daniel brought home wasn't even actionable. It was worry over responsibility for things outside his control, the weight of outcomes he couldn't influence by thinking about them at the dinner table. Naming what was still open and deciding when he'd handle it told his mind the loop was managed. It didn't have to keep the tab running all night. And naming what wasn't his to carry let him set down the things that were never his to solve in the first place. Within a few weeks, his wife noticed before he did. "You came back," she told him one night. He hadn't even told her he was working on anything. So here's what I want to leave you with. Most leaders don't end their workday. They abandon it mid-thought when they run out of hours, and then they wonder why it follows them home. But stopping and finishing are not the same thing. Stopping is just running out of time. Finishing is consciously closing the loops, deciding what waits, and setting down what isn't yours. One leaves the workday running in the background of your mind all night. The other actually lets you leave. The leaders who are most present at home aren't the ones who care least about work. Often, they're the ones who care most. They've just learned to close the day on purpose, so they can be somewhere else fully, instead of being everywhere partially. That's a skill. It can be learned, and it starts with the willingness to actually finish rather than just stop. So this week, before you leave work, try giving yourself 5 minutes. Close the loops, decide what waits, and set down what was never yours to carry. Then go home, all the way home. Thank you for spending this time with me. If something in today's episode challenged how you were thinking about it, that's the point. You can find everything I do at journeytosuccess.me. That's journey to success.me. I'm Ann Franzese Bourne. This has been On Your Terms Live. Until next time, keep thinking, keep growing, and keep building your life on your terms.